Hey sis, today I'm talking about SisterHood episode 6. Let me get this out the way. I don't know if TLC got this confused with Starter Wise because this show was ratchet. So for her, I'm sorry to all the church people because that's what this show got me, some ratchet madness. Anyway, getting on to the review. It starts with Dominique and her daughter is meeting up with Tara and her daughter at some kind of Potter kind of place, and they're talking because, they really kind of want to talk about, this kind of beef and, how they always getting into it. So, Tara just kind of feels like there's a way to communicate without fighting and all this other stuff, and Dominique is so on the offensive. Dominique is just like, the way you talk, you act like I take it as a threat, and she just so defensive. And I really be understanding what Tara's saying. Like, as the episodes go on, I'm starting to kind of understand Tara a little bit more, but Dominique is losing me so bad. But, yeah, they're just sitting there talking, and Dominique was telling Tara how she felt about, she felt like Tara be taking sides, and Tara's like, I don't be taking sides, I'm just trying to explain myself, and that whole little meeting was just, I don't know if they made a truce but Tara was just like, there just needs to be, unity. Dominique is just like, let's just not involve the kids in our mess, and I can't agree on, like, regardless if you guys are adults, you guys shouldn't be, kids don't have anything to do with that. So I really understood that part of that whole meeting, because kids don't, and they did say that the kids, like each other, so, whatever. Anyway, moving on, Dominique and, Pastor Brian, they go on a little date, and she said they both have issues they're dealing with. So, they're talking about their issues, and she's talking about how he should sleep at the church, eat, breathe, sleep at the church. And then, Pastor, you kind of need to understand that. You really kind of need to understand, like, he was losing his church. He was trying to find every little kind of way to fix things. Anyway, he apologizes because he understood his wrongdoings and all that stuff. So he apologized, and he proposed to her. She said yes. And then they're walking and talking and all that kind of stuff. That's when, I think I can see. No, I think she said yes, I don't know. They was walking and talking and all that kind of stuff. Moving on. Tara and Brian, they at the, and Sharon, the party planner, they, getting everything ready for the bar mitzvah and all that kind of stuff. It's the bar mitzvah day. So then, all the ladies start showing up. After Delana, she kind of skeptical because, this is her first time seeing a lady since all the little plantation stuff at her house. But at her house, so she's kind of skeptical. She really don't say too much to the ladies. And I understood why. I don't know. I think there was a lot of editing going on because it shows that she didn't say anything to Ivy and the other one either. But it didn't look like they had no animosity at the scene. So I think they spoke and they just didn't show that part. But Dominique was feeling some kind of way that she didn't speak to her and all this kind of stuff, and that she sat somewhere else with her family, and she was like, this wasn't the place for all of that. Even if they was going to talk about it, this was the place. So that's why she set her family away from all of that drama. And I understand that. And I like Pastor Delaney. I like her because she's not with that drama. She know how to separate herself. She like, I don't need that much camera time to get my point across like these ladies do. Because it seems like they only together for camera time. And she ain't got time for it. But, yeah, so the bar mitzvah comes. I don't know what they were trying to prove with this bar mitzvah, but to me, this was a mockery. This was a mess. I even said it on Twitter that this was just a mockery. This was really, really a mockery because I didn't get it. I didn't learn nothing. I didn't get it. The pastor, Brian starts the ceremony. Then he introduces the rabbi. The rabbi was like, okay, they're going to pray for him. They start praying for the boy. I was so lost. His daddy was praying that he should be a mogul, a priest, he was, and all kinds of stuff. And I was just like, oh wow. Then here comes Tara praying for me. I was just like, I don't get it. The people, the pastors, they were even talking and laughing while this was going on. Like, they didn't get it. I just didn't get it. Anyway, moving on from that, they go to the party part where, you know, it's a presidential thing. So they have that. Everything is decked out and presidential. I was just like, okay, whatever. So then that's when the ladies noticed that Pastor Delana wasn't sitting with them and they felt some kind of way. I was like, whatever. The Dominique, she just kept going off. She was going off everywhere you can think of in the confessionals with the ladies, that this lady is not speaking to her. My thing is, walk your big tall stuff over there and speak to her. Like, what's the problem? I don't get it. Even the other ladies was like, why, this is a mess, it's stupid, y'all need to speak. I think Dominique was just a whole mess in itself. I'm not never calling her pastor no more. She don't even get the sister title with me no more. I don't know. But anyway, Brian, they all talking, sitting there eating, I guess, and Brian asked Trevor, how did he feel about his grandfather not showing up? Trevor can care freaking less. He was just like, okay, you're my dad. Just basically like, I don't care. Like, whatever. So I just was like, why are y'all trying to kind of force that? Anyway, they all started dancing, and that was where everybody started enjoying themselves, because Christina was just like, oh, this is the only part I remember when they put the boy in the chair and or whatever. So then, I guess Pastor Delana's husband brushed up against her, or they were leaving, and he touched Dominique, and she felt some kind of way of him touching her. And everybody else was like, that was his way of kind of, you know, ease his way of like, hey, acknowledging you. But she just was so set in her ways that she was not feeling that. And I was just like, Dominique is acting so damn childish. She is really like, I don't get it. I think she's embarrassing her husband. I think all these husbands are going to be embarrassed when they see these shows air. Like, I don't know. Anyway, they in the bathroom. No. Yeah, they in the bathroom talking, and they just telling her, like, y'all just need to talk, whatever. So then that goes off, it goes to commercial. Then it comes back, and they're Dominique's store. Then Dominique has this Christian sex therapist come, and it was going okay, because I don't mind you having a Christian sex therapist. Everybody needs sex, whatever. Christians have sex. But then she started going, just like, really explicit, and the lady felt so uncomfortable. Everybody felt uncomfortable except Hooker Dominique. And yeah, that's what I'm going to call her, Hooker Dominique. Anyway, yeah, so first they were talking about they wish Delana was there, but yeah, this lady was really going in, and I just really wasn't there for that sex therapy. Anyway, moving on, they talk about going to Miami because she told the ladies that she accepted Brian's proposal, so they talk about going to Miami for a bachelorette party. You know, so her roll, get a groove back, whatever. So anyway, they all go to the airport, and immediately when they get to the airport, Dominique is asking for alcohol. She's like, oh, I need to wear the bar. And my first mind was like, huh? I'm like, okay, well, some people, you know, church have wine. Not church of alcohol people. Some churches have wine, whatever. So then, she said, ooh, margarita or something. And I was like, okay, now she's going a little too far. Even Tara, like, what? Like, Tara was the only one that I respected this episode because she was the only one that told Dominique, like, when things were just out of line and whack. The other one said it in the confessionals, but they really wasn't saying anything. They were just going with the flow, like they scared Dominique or something. Then, when they get to the hotel, she has a hotel room and it's champagne. Then they trip me out because then everybody get a glass of champagne. And I'm sitting like, these are glasses of wine. Like, can y'all tell her y'all don't drink or y'all not supposed to drink? Or I don't know. Maybe not being a rule book, but the churches that I grew up in, this drinking shit is off limits. Like, I don't understand it. Somebody tell me where they do that at. That you can be the preacher's wife, you can say you a woman of God, you can do all this, preach all this shit, and then you drink. Just tell me where they do that at, because if that's the case, I don't drink, so therefore I can be right up there with everybody else. But yeah, so Dominique wants to get faded. She wants to party. She wants to get the groove back. She just wants to get faded. So they had a champagne or whatever. Then they all talking, and then they say they're getting ready. So they get ready to go. They go to the club. Dominique, as soon as they get to the club, Dominique want to drink. She ordering tequila shots, and she getting men to come over there. She wants to play a game to get men to buy them drinks. And like I said, the other ladies don't have no backbone because they knew it was wrong, and they still was going along with it. The other guy, they got some guys to come to the table. Tara immediately got up, and then Dominique started going off because Tara got up. Like, she's married, you're married, Christina's married, Ivy's married. Them men shouldn't have been over there, period. Like, come on now. And if they walked up and offered them a drink, and then I can understand y'all saying, okay, well, you know, that's why the men were there. But y'all, Dominique brought them into the table, and I just wasn't feeling that whatsoever. You put them ladies in an uncomfortable position. You put your marriage in an uncomfortable position. Like, that shit was just ratchet whatsoever. She drinking tequila. She just wagging out. She want to go to the strip club. Like, I just didn't get Pastor. No, stop calling her that. I just didn't get Dominique. I just really didn't get Dominique just wilding out. Then at the end, she's telling them, or next week she's gonna tell them she wants them to meet her pimp. Like, Charles, the only one, like I said, the voice of reason. Like, what are we gonna do with him? We're gonna preach with him. We're gonna get him saved. Like, what's the point? But yeah, so they at the end they arguing because she feel like they now don't want to party like she want to party, so she runs out and then Tara runs after her, and I'm like, let her go. Like, she is ruining our reputation. She is ruining this show. Let her go. I was so all for Dominique when this series started, but she is bringing a bad name to church women. She's bringing a bad name to black women. She's bringing a bad name to women, period. She's bringing a bad name to her husband. Like, I feel so sorry for these persons because they have to endure this, and they supposed to be the pastors, and then now they got to go look at their congregation and deal with all this madness that their wife puts them through. Like, Pastor Brian, Tara's husband, was like, he thinks this show ruined him and he'll never be able to preach again. And I understand why he's saying that now. I really understand why he's saying that. Anyway, this was my review for the SisterHood episode 6. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Twitter at thaghettoview, THA, not THE. Instagram, Miss Nika, MIZZNEKA69. And follow me, talk to me on Facebook. Talk to me and I'll talk back. All right, peace.